Trip Kramer here from tripadvice.com. On today's video, what we're going to be going over is what it takes to seduce or attract a woman from text message to then on the phone. Now, my methodology is really all about making sure you get in front of the person, the girl, right, as soon as possible. You want to be able to attract a woman in person. That's where it makes the most difference. Also, that's where it works the best because we've evolved to become attracted to someone in person, not necessarily from reading text messages or even hearing someone's voice over the phone. But I understand that there are some times, like now, where we can't necessarily meet someone in person, or maybe a date is set so far out. So then what are you supposed to do? Do nothing? Well, no, getting on the phone might not be the worst idea. So how do you do this? How do you make this practical and how do you make it work for you? That's what we're going to be going over on today's video. And what we're going to be doing is going over and using my TED system. And that is my system for getting a woman attracted to you and understanding how a woman becomes attracted to you. And that's what you're going to use when you are talking to her on the phone. Now, my TED system goes, really deep, and I talk more about how that works in my Hooked program, which you can check out at getherhooked.com. I'll put a link down in the description below so you can check that out. So basically, what you'll be doing is using this when you're going and talking to her on the phone, but understand that this is still something that is normally used when you're in person. Okay, so that's when you're going to be using it the most because that's, again, where it's the most effective in person. But again, still can work here on the phone. So for texting, you don't want to be seducing her over text. You don't want to be trying to be funny and clever over text. You can a little bit, but you're not going to be using texting to do that. Instead, you're going to be using texting as the vessel to then get them on the phone. Okay, so texting is just your tool to text her to set up the phone date. Very similar to as if you were setting up a date in person. What are you going to be doing? You're going to be using texting, right? You're going to text them to find a time to talk. So don't think that you're going to be doing all of this work and all this clever stuff over text message. Don't waste your time. Way more effective, of course, in person, but in this case, more effective over the phone than it would be over text. So we use text to get her to get on the phone with you. So what I would do is if you're texting her, if you got her number, I'm assuming maybe you probably got her number offline. When I say offline, I mean online, right? You got it off of online. So you got it when you were getting on an app, you got it from a site. And in that rare case that you didn't meet her in person, great. You now use this phone number to text her, say a quick hello and say, hey, why don't you and I set up a time to talk? You can even use the word phone date if you like to. It's kind of funny, right? Like, hey, let's do a phone date. When are you free next? Very simple. When are you free next? If you got her number, she should be interested in you. She should be interested in getting on the phone with you. If she's not, at that point, maybe a few more text messages, but let her lead the way. If a girl can't get on the phone with you because, well, either she's not attracted to you or she's just nervous on the phone or doesn't feel comfortable over the phone, to me, that's a red flag. I mean, what are you going to do? If you're not comfortable with the phone, you're going to be more comfortable in person. I think most women will be comfortable over the phone, and if they're not going to agree to it, that just means they're probably not interested in the first place. So at this point, don't just keep on texting her all day long to get her more comfortable with you. If she's not comfortable yet, it's probably not going to happen. So text her, get her on the phone, set up the time to do it, be very specific with it. And then once you're on the phone, now we can dip into the TED system. So first, we're going to work attention. And I want you to understand that when we're using the TED system, this is not about going from T to E to D. So T stands for tension, E stands for entertainment, and D stands for dominance. It's not about first you do T, then you do E, and then you do D. It's not how it is, and it doesn't go in this circular motion. What it is you're going to be doing all three kind of at once. You're kind of going back and forth between all of them, so it's all happening at once. I know that may sound confusing, but when I dig a little bit deeper, it's going to make sense. But at first, you have to understand that. It's not step one, step two, step three. It's all kind of intertwined and braided and happening all at the same time. So for example, for tension, this is just one way of building tension over the phone is using your voice, okay? And I don't mean talking in a seductive, sexy way. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I mean is you're going to be displaying your masculine traits. So one of the best ways to do that and create more tension, and tension is just being able to express your masculinity and her to be like, wow, he's masculine, and that can basically come to a point of creating attraction. A good way to do that is with your voice by using what's called a downward tonality. And the way I'm talking to you right now, at the end of my sentence, it goes downward. Okay, it doesn't go up like this. I'm not saying, hey, maybe you should use tension. No, I'm saying you should use tension. Tension, not tension. See how it goes up and down? You want to go down. Don't worry about this necessarily being, batting 100%. Just do your best, but talking to her in more of a commanding tone. I don't mean you're going to be yelling at her and commanding her like this, but you'll be talking like this. Talking down. It comes down, okay? The reason why you do that is because when you're trying to talk to someone and it goes up like this, it's like you're seeking rapport. It's like you're unsure of yourself, like you're trying to get her to like you and you're kind of nervous, so your voice goes up. It's much more dominant and masculine when it's being talked to like this, and the way that I talk to you when I'm doing videos. So that's one way to build tension. Again, more in my Hooked program. There's a link in the description down below, getherhooked.com, where we can learn more about tension and how to use it. But let's start with that for now. Next is entertainment. Entertainment, which is my version of self-amusement, or amusing the self instead of amusing her. So I don't mean get on the phone with her and talk to her and try to entertain her and tell her stories and tell jokes. No, it's more about having fun. So entertaining yourself. So entertaining yourself is talking about the things that you want to talk about. You're having fun. You're cracking jokes that make you laugh, okay? It's about self-amusing. What are the things that are interesting to you? What are the things that you enjoy? What amuses you? You might not know that right now. You might have to get on the phone or go on dates to figure that out, because you're gonna have to practice that. You're gonna figure out what makes you have fun in conversation. What are the conversation topics that you like to talk about? I just make sure that if I'm ever talking to someone, that I'm enjoying the conversation by just diving into things that I want to talk about and the questions that I have. So whatever questions I want to ask, or the topics that I want to dive into. What's interesting to you at the time? What's something that you just learned? What's something that you're watching? What's going on in your life? What do you want to share? A lot of people who are nervous and unconfident are not able to do that. Instead, they try to get the woman to be entertained. But understand that when you're entertaining yourself and having a good time, she'll be entertained. So you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. You're entertaining her because you're entertaining yourself. Okay, so you're making her feel more connected to you. Plus, you're not trying to show that you're just desperate and needy and trying to show off or try to impress her, right? This is the opposite of that, which is much more powerful. Next in the list is dominance, okay? Dominance. So this is something that you've already done if you're on the phone. You're the one who was dominant because you led the interaction. You got her on the phone. You're the one who probably got her number. So you've already been doing this a little bit, right? You've already been leading the interaction. You got her phone number. You got her on the phone. And I want you to keep on doing that. You're going to continue to lead the interaction from on the phone to then you're going to be the one to end the phone call. Then you're going to be the one to maybe talk again in another week or another couple of days. Then maybe you're going to move to video chat so you guys can connect even deeper, because then you can see each other, right? And then after that, you're going to be making sure that you're leading the interaction and seeding date ideas for when you guys can finally be in person. You should be the one getting her excited about the things that you will do together when you're finally in person with each other. So make sure that you're the one seeding those ideas and keeping up with the fact that you will eventually meet in person. Otherwise, you're just going to have a phone buddy, and that's not the goal here. Tension, entertainment, dominance, interweaving throughout the whole thing, making sure you're having breaking rapport tonality like this. You're entertaining yourself and talking about the things that are exciting and interesting to you. Being dominant by leading the interaction the entire time, on the phone, off the phone, and to the date. More is described in terms of how TED works in the Hooked program at getherhooked.com, so you can learn more about that. So then eventually, when you're in person, you're going to have the optimal chances of really showing off the best version of yourself, the most attractive version of yourself using TED, okay? So I want you to check out this program so you can really have the tools that it takes to be able to get women attracted to you and who you are when you're finally in person. So remember, texting is only to get them on the phone or on the date, and the phone is only to just get to know each other and connect. So eventually when you do see each other, you already have a little bit of attraction going and you've had some time where you guys can get to know each other. So there's not a big gap in between getting the number and then finally getting in person.